let's talk about the benefits of decentralized marketplaces. Like, why would this even be a consideration
Mm.
by the industry? Why would consumers want this? Why would dealers want this?
Well, I think as you know, everything should be consumer driven for the most part. So I think we can all recall a time as consumers where we've shopped for something on the internet and then proceeded to have ads for that same item or similar items follow us around the internet for a week or two or months, depending on how long the process is. So people's privacy is front of mind right now. And, documentaries like on Netflix showing what social media is doing with the information isn't helping the case for these big companies. So when you realize that every transaction and every time you visit a website is measured and recorded and amplified and minimized, whatever it might be, to their demands, there starts to become an incentive to consider privacy a little more strongly. And so a protocol like OpenBazaar just uses basically simple encryption, the same type of encryption that the CIA would use, that your bank would use, a very high level, but that can be done very quickly and inexpensively, basically for free, to protect the buyer and the seller from eavesdropping or from knowing too much about one another any more than is necessary to do the transaction. For instance, if you're buying a car, it's commonplace to present identification. There's no reason that the salesperson should know how old you are or how tall you are beyond what they can witness. There's no reason the salesperson should know where you live, but you provide that information. If you go to 5 dealerships or 3 dealerships or whatever the case is, you now have 5 people that know where you live, and that information could be misused. And if it's done on the internet, it could certainly be misused by a much bigger population than just the salesperson, let's say. So the need for privacy is an ongoing one. The second one is to reduce costs. So, what's good for the consumer is usually good for the business, and lowering the expense to doing business is important. So these dealers will be paying anywhere from 200 to 10,000. That's probably even conservative in terms of monthly expenses to marketplaces. So whether it's eBay, whether it's Bring a Trailer, some of the more enthusiast focused ones, or whether it's the traditional Auto Trader, Kijiji, Car Gurus, Autotrader.com, etc. They're just paying a ton of money to put their cars against every other dealer in an easily ranked way that benefits Autotrader, but it doesn't even entirely benefit the consumer, in that even if I have a car that's of lower quality, I can pay to put that car ahead of the line and be viewed first by consumers. And you have to wonder, like, as a consumer, that's not good for you. To look at the cars that are at the top of the list because it's convenient, that's not necessarily a benefit. And so by eliminating these middlemen who are taking a cut of, again, 200 to 10,000 a month, you can offer a lower price vehicle to a consumer.